some ingredients then. So we have 6 eggs over here. I have 400 grams of sausage meat. I'm just using a Cumberland sausage because I love the flavour. You can use any type of sausage meat that you like. 200 grams of black pudding. Half a teaspoon of thyme. Now you can use sage or you can use parsley, or why not use all 3. I'm just going to use the thyme. And then 1 finely chopped clove of garlic. And then for the crispy exterior of our Scotch eggs, I have 100 grams of plain flour just here, 100 grams of panko breadcrumbs, 2 eggs that we'll beat up, and then a little bit of a mix of salt and pepper as well. Okay, so first things first, just set your eggs to the side for now, and then we're going to take our sausage meat, and we're going to use our hands to mix that with our black pudding. While we're doing this, you can throw in your garlic and your herb, your thyme, or whatever it is you've decided to use. I'm going to take our mixture and roll them into 6 evenly shaped and evenly sized balls. I have cut some squares of baking paper. Take one of our Scotch egg balls and place it on our baking paper. Pop the other piece over the top, and then we are lightly going to roll it out until it's about ½ centimetre, 4 or 5 millimetres in thickness. So that's fine for me because this is going to get wrapped around our eggs once they're boiled. And just repeat that with all of your meatballs. Okay, so now we're going to set these aside in the fridge until later. Get yourself a large pan of water. Just as the water starts to boil, I'm going to pop our eggs in there. As it's about to boil, and carefully pop all your eggs in there, and they need to be in there for exactly 3 minutes. Get yourself a bowl full of cold water. You want to make it as cold as possible. So if you have any ice laying around in your house, pop some ice cubes in there. When the eggs are finished boiling, they're going to go straight into this ice water. That's going to stop them cooking immediately, which will mean that your egg white is nice and firm and cooked, and you still have that runny yolk. If you don't like a runny yolk, leave it in the boiling water for another minute, and that'll help that to firm up. So I'm going to very, very carefully take them out and pop them into our ice water. You need to be very, very gentle. We're going to shell our eggs, and with these shovel hands it's not that easy, but rest assured it can be done as long as you're very delicate. I always find the best way to do it is to take your egg out of the ice water after a couple of minutes, and using a little teaspoon, if you really, really lightly just crack the top of your egg. Don't rush, just take your time. And when the cracks appear on the top, and really, really delicately start to peel. Another little trick that I sometimes use is once you've got the start of a peel going, use a teaspoon and you can slide it under the edge of the egg very, very gently, and it'll help you to get off some larger chunks. Okay, so set that to a side and repeat that with all the rest of your eggs. Okay, so now we've peeled all of our soft boiled eggs. This next bit takes a delicate hand as well. You can see just how delicate these soft boiled eggs are. I'm going to take one of our sheets that we rolled out earlier of the pork meat. And what we're going to do is very, very gently wrap it around our egg. Gently smooth it around with your hand until you've sealed all the gaps, and then set it aside with the rest, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Alright, you want your oil at 170 degrees. So while that's just finishing off heating up, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our Scotch eggs. So you want to very gently take one of your Scotch eggs and roll it in the flour. Make sure it gets a good coating. Then it goes straight into the egg. Again, make sure it gets a good coating. Then into your panko breadcrumbs. And we're just going to repeat that last bit again, just to make sure we've got a real good coating of breadcrumbs on our Scotch egg. So twice in the egg and twice in the breadcrumbs. Okay, just take your Scotch egg, very gently place it into your hot oil, and that wants about 6 minutes.